All right, welcome everyone. It's Ken here with Binary Pro Strategies. Hope everybody had a really nice Thanksgiving. Last week was a fairly short week with a couple sessions. They were not open. Obviously not open Wednesday night and all day Thursday, but still ended up the week very strong. Now, we're doing something a little bit differently here. A lot of people have been asking about daily trades. Do you all trade the dailies? Well, the answer is yes and no. I have not been trading the dailies. My specialty is in trading the 5 minutes. I think there's a big advantage to that, but we are tracking the dailies to see how they do and using the same patterns that I use on my 5 minutes. And since these patterns tend to be universal, the results have been looking pretty good. So we will be getting to the point where we will be showing the daily trades as well. But for right now, all the daily trades are just being traded in a demo account. They are not being traded live. So we're still kind of in the beta phase testing these out. The plan was to release them on December 1st. But I want to give it a little bit longer before I do that. So they won't be released December 1st. But anybody that's actually a member right now will continue to get the beta trades. And then once we actually feel that we have a solid product, then we'll go ahead and start providing that to everybody and showing them how we do it. So anyway, at this point, had a great week. Overall, $4,700. Not bad considering that we had three sessions that we did not trade. I did things a little bit differently this week because I knew that it was going to be a short week. I didn't put any restrictions on my objective. My objective is to go for $500 a day, or I'm sorry, $500 a session. And so I put no restrictions on it, and so that's why you see some of these days stronger than others. Obviously, on what was this, Tuesday? Tuesday was my best day of the whole week. Actually, Tuesday was just the best day in a long time. It's just everything was hitting. All the patterns, all the pairs were just hitting at a very high hit ratio. Ended up having just an awesome day. Okay, so anyway, overall on the trading sessions, I was 86%. That means my very first trade out of the gate, I always put a 3-lot on, and I tracked those trades, and you could see out of the 7 sessions, I had 1 losing session. So that means my very first trade on Sunday night, I put a 3-lot on, and I lost, but I still ended up coming back, making $9,700. So I'm sorry. Yeah, $97. So anyhow, very good week. Very good win ratio for my very first trade. And then as far as the naked signals are concerned, we've talked about this before. What that means is these are the PAP percentage win rates. PAP is one of the patterns that we teach. It's one that I use primarily unless I'm doing the crystal ball. I don't use the crystal ball in chat unless it's Thursday night, where that's all I focus on crystal balls, only because I'm looking at a different set of screens, and it takes a lot more focus when I'm trading the crystal ball than it is trading these patterns that I'm showing here. But anyway, this is just for the PAP pattern. Naked means that when it shows to be a sell, you're selling it blindly, or if it shows to be a buy, you're buying it blindly without considering any of the other things that I teach, such as EOM and the currency pair correlations. So anyway, still a very nice win ratio. Pound typically runs a little low, so this 66% is kind of what I normally see on the pound, but everything else certainly within the numbers that I like to see, at least 70% and up. So you could see why we ended up having a very nice week. Okay, now let me show you the daily trades. These are betas once again. I started tracking them on the 18th. I do have trades prior to this, but I got more specific in terms of the patterns that I'm watching. I'm watching a total of 4 different patterns. And so this particular one, these daily trades that you're seeing right here, I'm just demonstrating on the PAP, because that's pretty much what you're seeing up here as well. So anyway, these are all the PAP trades starting from the 18th of November. And you can see the results are respectable at 292.25. Commissions are not taken out of this. So for every win, you'd want to take $2 off, and for every loss, you take $1. All trades, just like my 5 minutes, once an order is placed, There is no stops, there is no objective. I just get out when it expires, and that's the way I found the best way to trade these binaries, not to be getting in and out. That's really a recipe for disaster. So my strategy is very simple. Once you're in for the duration of that binary until it expires. Okay, so let's just look at a couple days this week, and let's take a look at Tuesday, since that was one of my better days. We'll look at the morning session and we'll look at the night session, and we won't keep this video too long, so we can get back and start trading next week. We're going to have a full week next week. Obviously, every Sunday night I'm here trading with my students, and if you do decide to become a member, I do trade Sunday through Friday, and I am here in the morning and at night trading, so you get a lot of exposure not only to myself but the other traders as well. And it's a great opportunity to come in the chat and learn besides what you learn on the videos. If you just want to study it and understand what I'm doing, and want to just purchase and watch the videos, you can certainly do that and go from there. But if you want to see exactly how I'm actually using it live every single day in the market, along with my other successful students, then join chat. It'd be well worth doing. So anyhow, let's take a look at Tuesday's. Yeah, let's take a look at Tuesday's action on some charts and see what it looks like. All right, so here we go. This is actually of the pound US. This is the weakest pair, so let's just see how it did on Wednesday night as well. I do very little trading on the pound US unless I get some strong setups. I explain all that in chat, but basically how this works is these little black arrows that are pointing down, that is early indication that the momentum, you could call it trend if you like, is getting ready to change and start to go to the downside. Just like an up arrow indicates the early warning indication that the momentum or trend is going to start going to the upside. These little carrots that you see right here, these are confirmation. So if I see that the momentum shifting to the downside and I get a confirmation little red wedge down here, that tells me that I'm going to be a seller on the next bar. Okay, I want to be a seller on the next bar. So in this particular case, once it indicated to sell the next bar, then I come in and I select my strike, which I explain in chat and on the videos, and I will sell this. If this trade was actually a win, you'll see a win here, and if it was a loss, in this case it was looking for a short, so that was a loss, you will see an L as a loss. Okay, these are naked signals. This is not taking into account anything that I teach, like my EOM or pair correlation. This is just looking at the if you just did nothing but buy and sell based off of this. That's what this means here. Okay, so you could see even on the pound US, which is one of the weakest pairs to trade, still had a lot of wins in here, still making for a very good day on the pound. And let's go ahead real quick here and let's take a look at the night session on the pound as well. Okay, so this is the pound night session. It's typical that I'm only going to get within a 2-hour period. I'm probably going to get anywhere between 4 to 6, 7 trades per pair. On this particular night, I had 1, 2, 3, 4 trades. You can see in this case they were all winners. Once again, this is the pound US. You could see why Tuesday was a very good night, because just everything was hitting across the board. This had a 100% hit ratio. I did have others that had up to 20 trades in a row that had a 100% hit ratio on a couple of the other pairs. So it's not unusual to be hitting at those kind of win rates when the markets are strong and I have good EOM and the other things are playing into account. But this obviously is just looking at the naked indicators. You can see just trading naked without looking at anything else. It's still a very high win ratio. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. We're gonna make this real short. If anybody has any questions, please go to my website. You can get a hold of me that way, or leave a comment or question below on this video. I'll be glad to come back and answer those for you. Also, you can follow us on Instagram at Binary Pro Strategies or Pro Strategies on Instagram. And if you go to Pro Strategies on Instagram, I do send out a daily update on how we did overall on the day with our net numbers. And I usually throw in a chart in there as well. So if you want to keep up with it on a daily basis, just go to Instagram and we'll make sure that we get those to you as well. So that's it. I hope everybody has a great week. I'm expecting this week after Thanksgiving to be a very good one. Last week, surprisingly, right pre-holiday was better than I expected, particularly on Friday. So I'm expecting this volatility to continue on as we go into the week, and we'll be here Sunday night to start it all over again. So hope everybody has a great trading week. As always, any questions, just give me a shout. I'll be glad to answer those for you. Take care.